friends, and welcome back to Ration Nerd, where I go to great lengths to bring you the craziest stuff I can possibly find. And today, we are cracking into a Malaysian Royal Police MRE. This thing is a whole lot of food. It will feed a Malaysian police officer for one day. Lots of questions get asked as to why do the Malaysian police need MREs for a day. The bottom line to that is that not every police department in every country functions like ours does here in the United States. Our police department is only for a few different things, and then we branch out into other things like the FBI, the ATF, customs, fucking customs, and then we have all those different departments that handle different things. In Malaysia, their police department tackles a lot of things, has a tendency to be a little bit more paramilitary than ours, so that's why the Malaysian police would need a 24-hour ration. But if you appreciate the lengths that I go to bring all this stuff to you, you know what you could do for me? You could hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and as always, the best part is talking to me in the chat. There's a variety of ways to help support the channel. You could also check out Ration Nerd merchandise, where you can get cool hats, cool coffee mugs, and all kinds of other stuff. There's lots of crap on there, mouse pads, all kinds of crazy shit. You could get you some. Kind of like this hat right here. Isn't that badass? I think it's badass. So without any further ado, we are going to break into this ration. It is going to take me probably a metric shit ton of time to translate all this, and this is probably going to be a long review, considering it's full of things that I may or may not be accustomed to, so it's going to take me a long time to decipher it and get my taste buds around it. So go get you a drink, go get you a snack, more importantly, go get you a cup of coffee, and meet me right back here as we bust into this ration. So let's get into this big old bag of goodness and find out what a Malaysian police officer gets to eat for 24 hours. There is a content sheet in here, seems to be partially in English, partially not so much. So let's first crack into this thing and see what we have on offer. This thing is pretty heavy duty as far as weight goes, but let's start out and see. We have a big ass accessory kit, which we will get into here momentarily. We'll set that off to the side. We're gonna have to bust out ye old translator on this stuff right here. All right, well, we're starting it off with 140 grams of white rice in a retort pouch. That doesn't even feel like a brick. That could be pretty good. So 140 grams of white rice. All right, so I've ran this across the translator 5 times. 5. And every time it comes up with fat rice. So this is 140 grams of fat rice. I mean, it doesn't feel any different than the rice that was in the white rice container, but we've got some white and some fat rice. Somebody's got some hurt feelings. All right, then we have another 140 gram container of chicken fried rice. There's a hell of a lot of rice going on right now. We've got 3 containers of rice out on the table. Not a horrible thing. And this translates into 140 grams of tom yam chicken fried rice. I'm not sure if my translator is working it out for me correctly, but this is definitely a little different than that one. And this one was supposed to be chicken fried rice. This one is supposed to be tom yam chicken fried rice. So another 140 grams of rice. I have a feeling we're going to be eating a lot of rice today. There better be coffee in here, because I'm going to need it if I'm going to be sucking down this much rice. Actually, that's a bunch of bullshit. I need coffee no matter what. Doesn't matter what I am or am not going to eat in a day. If there's no coffee, the day is a complete fucking waste. So that was just a bunch of bullshit I threw in there for nonsense. Sorry about that. Back to the unbagging. And that translated to 140 grams of chicken rice poree. Poorey. I am not at all confident in my translator or Google Translate's ability to get this shit right. Some of this we might just be figuring out as we go along. And this translates to am chok samal. And reading the ingredients, this has some fish in it. It seems like some of these are more like sauces to go on top of the rice. I have a feeling that's what this is. This one as well. This one has fish in it. Absolutely going to be my favorite one in the bag. That's sarcasm in case you weren't paying attention. So this is 140 grams of some kind of fish and sauce. It's very likely going to go with one of these rice dishes. A fishy sauce. Not real happy about that one. And this one translates to wheat porridge. So maybe it's supposed to be porridge and the translator's just really messing it up. That is very much liquid inside of here, so I'm thinking, again, this is probably another topping for rice, which is not a hateful idea. And then we have 140 grams of what translates to soy cooked chicken. So there we go. Soy cooked chicken at 140 grams. This is a lot of retort pouch action going on. And we have a 140 gram retort of mee goreng. This says chicken fried noodles on the translator. That actually sounds pretty damn good. So we are just going to have to make some room because these retort pouches are eating up all the space. And then we have 2 more accessory kits in there. So I think it's time to start breaking into accessory kits. And oddly enough, in the bottom of this bag was a lighter. Like I was getting ready to shake the bag at you and go, and that's it for the bag? There's nothing in there? Here, we'll do that. And that's it for the bag. There's nothing in there except for the destruction sheet. There's a lighter in this bag, which is the craziest thing. But we have a pink lighter in the bottom and, well, I mean, it works. It's a little slow on the flame out procedure, but you know, that's kind of cool. Nifty. I'm not sure exactly why you'd need a lighter unless there's a big Esbit kit in here somewhere. We'll find out, but we have a nice pink Yeep lighter. All right, we'll start with this little guy first and see what is in here. All right, and we have 3.5 gram packs of fruit drink powder. Pretty badass. Drinks are always good. We have 2 packs of malt chocolate. Very interesting. Probably a hot drink. Totally cool with that. It's a little bit of hot chocolate action going on. 2 of those guys. And we had a 4th juice drink powder floating around in there. We also have 2 tea bags. Tea is always a welcome addition to any ration. Very nice. And most importantly, take note, rest of the world, we have 4 packs of coffee. That is what I'm talking about. Coffee is awesome. 4 packs is better than 3. It's better than 2. It's certainly better than 1. 4 packs is absolutely awesome. Way to go, Malaysia. 4 packs of coffee. Super badass. Now we'll get into this next accessory pack. Almost stabbed myself in the hand there. That would have made a great video. And then, not to be outdone in the diabetes department, we have 12 packs of sugar, which all feel like they are roughly about 3 or 4 grams a piece, but that is a hell of a lot of sugar. Something in that accessory kit busted and has left everything kind of sticky, so I will dole these out as needed. Maybe a little cleanup on aisle 5. 12 packs of sugar. That is crazy sauce. We're just gonna stack all that diabetes up over here. 12 packs of sugar. That's good stuff. Then we have 5 packs of garam berry odin, which the translator refuses to translate. I'm thinking it might be some kind of salt or pepper or seasoning. There are 5 packs of it. We will figure out exactly what this is as we move on throughout the day, but 5 packs of that stuff. Actually, make that 6. Then we have 40 really sticky grams of pineapple jam, which I think may be the culprit of what was leaking in that package, because this is the stickiest item in there. I'm trying to squeeze it to see if I can see where it was leaking out. I haven't been able to find anything yet, but this is 40 grams of pineapple jam that is superiorly sticky at this point, so we got some pineapple jam action. And we have 4 10-gram packs of chili sauce. Chili sauce is always nice. There's a lot of shit in this ration. And we have 4 10-gram packs of some kind of tomato sauce. And then we have 4 packs of this. I've tried to translate this 20 different times. The best thing that it comes up with is salty fat sauce. So this is 4 10-gram packs of some kind of salty sauce. Translator is certainly struggling with a lot of items on the table. It's definitely going to be a struggle for me to assemble these meals as we go on. So just stick with me. We'll figure it out eventually. And then coming in at like a belt-fed machine gun of fucking wholesome, awesome, sweetened condensed goodness, we have 6 packs, all 20 grams of sweetened condensed milk. Look at, oh man, look at that. That is the best shit since sliced bread right there. I'm really excited. Coffee is going to be epic. So we have 6 20-gram packs of sweetened condensed milk. Them being in individual packs is really awesome. All I can say is I'm really excited for breakfast now. That is absolutely awesome. I can't wait to boil some water and get some goddamn coffee going. Loving them already. Lots of sweet and condensed. Running out of room on the table. That is always a great problem to have. Now we're getting into this next accessory kit. Hopefully it's not so damn sticky. And hey, look, one I don't even need a translator for. Here's a nice thick pack of biscuits. And even though the translator is absolutely refusing to cooperate, this is an instant soup. A lot like mee goreng or ramen noodles. It is seasoned, however, already, which is cool. So we have some instant soup action. And we have another one of those instant noodle soups. This is a lot of shit. And we have two 30-gram packs of Quick Oats. That's pretty awesome. Like, I don't know what's breakfast, what's lunch, and what's dinner. I have absolutely no clue. I guess we're just going to have to make it up as we go along. And last but certainly not least, even in English, a chocolate-flavored high-energy biscuit. That is pretty awesome. That is a crazy, nifty ration item to add to this plethora of food. This is a lot of stuff, and adding a high-energy biscuit on top of it, I guess that was just the icing on the cake, literally. Well, my friends, this is everything included in a Malaysian Royal Police 24-hour MRE. I've got to figure out what in the hell I am having for breakfast, although one choice has already been made for me by the ration gods from having all this excellent coffee and some sweetened condensed, so you know that's going to be out on the tray. I will get some breakfast out, and then I'll be right back. All right, so welcome to breakfast. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing with this ration. I'm going to have to be 100% honest, so I am just calling this like I see it as the day goes on. I only know what is normal style breakfast food, at least for this guy. We're going to get into some of that malted chocolate in the morning. We're going to have a fruit beverage, which should always be awesome. We're absolutely going to rock out with 2 packs of the coffee. We have some sweetened condensed to go with that coffee. We're going to rock out a high energy biscuit to get the day started off correctly with a big calorie boost. I don't know. We're going to have both packs of our oats, and I brought an extra sweetened condensed milk along to sweeten them up. And then, since we have a ton of retort pouches, I boiled these guys. What I What I have here is the white rice and the wheat porridge. Hopefully that was a good choice, but I have absolutely no clue. First things first, we got to start making up these drinks. And if we were going to put things in a category of prioritization, you know we got to do that coffee first. So let's start out. We're going to do 2 packs of this coffee. I don't see any tear notches on here. Maybe I'm just out of it because it's too early and I still have like sleep in my eyes. But we're just going to use the knife, simplify our life. Let's check out that coffee. What's that look like? Oh, that looks like a spray dried. It has absolutely no smell. I'm a little sad, but you never know. It could wake up as soon as we add some hot water to it. Every bit of that coffee dust in the glass where it belongs, please. And coffee number 2. And again, I have no clue how much water to add to this fruit drink because it just doesn't say it on the package or anywhere on the instructions. So we'll go easy with the water, maybe make a smaller portion, see how that turns out. That doesn't smell like anything either. Doesn't look like much, but looks can be deceiving. Let's check out some of this chocolate malt. Now that smells good. That has a rich, deep chocolate smell to it. Of course, you know the coffee takes the priority. Abso-fucking-lutely. That looks nice and dark, I must admit. That looks pretty damn good. And we can't forget that fruit drink. And this ration did not come with any silverware, nor did it come with any napkins, TP, butt wipe, or even hand wipes of any sort. So I guess you're on your own in that department, so we are going to have to borrow a spoon from another country. I'm not even going to worry about it being someplace close geographically. I just want a decent spoon to eat with. You know what? I'm going to go with a mini British face bucket. Why? Just because I can. Let's give everybody a little stir. Wake everybody the fuck up, because I certainly need some waking up in my life. That chocolate's looking pretty amazing. We have got to get that sweetened condensed milk in that coffee, though. Hell yeah. Oh, look, that's got a tear notch on it. Kind of far down for my preference, but it's there. All the sweetened condensed in that coffee, please. All 20 grams of it. Yep. This is some diabetes coffee, and I give 0 shits about that. What I do care about is having an excellent cup of morning coffee, because I really need it. If you can't tell, in the earlier portions of the videos, like during the breakfast portion, until I've had the coffee and it's kind of sunk in a little bit, I'm kind of a babbling idiot. That's some nice, good-looking coffee. Before we get into anything else, we have got to give this coffee a try. So let's check that out. Looks like it should be nice and sweet and creamy. Let's give it a sniff. It doesn't smell too bad. It certainly has that odd spray-dried coffee smell. That's nice and hot. I can barely hold on to it. Let me just put it in my face where it needs to be. Now that is a really strong spray-dried coffee. That sweetened condensed milk did make it nice and creamy, but I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And because I have 12 packs of sugar, we're going to go ahead and throw a couple packs of sugar in there to get that up to a really enjoyable sweetness level, because even though that sweetened condensed milk is in there, that coffee's really strong. I gotta hand it to them. That is a really powerful spray dried. Spray dried is not normally that strong. Knack in for our spoon over here. Gotta get some more of this coffee. Let's try it with 2 packs of sugar added. Absolutely, that is good stuff. That is a really nice strong coffee with a very low acidity level. Let's get to making up this food before everything kind of gets cold. We're going to roll with these oats first to get those hydrating. Those look like they have powdered milk in them. That's absolutely excellent. I can see some little sugar granules in there. Maybe I won't need that sweetened condensed at all. That's awesome sauce. Check that out. That is looking good. That looks like an enormous pile of sugar right in the middle. Zero shits about diabetes. That's fine. Let's get this high energy bar out on the tray. Okay, wrap in a wrap. Not too bad. This just looks like one of those emergency cereal bars, which I am not at all upset about. Those things actually sometimes can taste kind of good. Looks like a Lego block, like you're just going to plug that in with another set of emergency bars and build yourself a life raft. Not too shabby. Stop screwing around and rehydrate these oats. And that looks pretty good. If we need some extra water, we will bring it in. It looks like I probably screwed the pooch on that and added too much water, but you never know. Hopefully those oats will suck up some more of that water. I think I might have been a little heavy-handed on the water pour, but you know what? We'll figure it out. We've got 12 packs of sugar. We can just dump sugar in it until it absorbs the water and just have like one big diabetes pudding for breakfast. So I did choose this white rice. Ooh, nice and hot. I chose this white rice and wheat porridge for a breakfast item, figuring I really needed to get into some of these retort pouches for breakfast because there's so many retort pouches in this ration. We kind of really needed to get on it. So let's see what this wheat porridge is all about. Hopefully this isn't some crazy, ooh, squirt, some crazy like fish flavored wheat porridge. Hopefully this is something, something sweet that just kind of bubbles out. Well, it looks like there's little wheat berries in there. Not too bad. Hopefully I made the right decision. Maybe the sweetened condensed is going on this. I'm not really sure. I have a feeling that maybe I just opened up a dessert item for breakfast, but that's okay. It's my ration. I'll eat it how I want. All right, so here we go. We've tried the coffee. That is amazeballs. Let's check that out. What do we have rocking in the fruit drink department? Wow. Holy shit, artificial sweeteners. Wow, I totally misjudged that. So they are planning on you hydrating like a boss throughout the day, because that like 200 mils of water I put in there was nowhere near enough to split up all that crazy artificial sweetener they have in that. So that's kind of like orange flavor if you can taste around all the artificial sweeteners. Whew, like Crystal Light syrup. Oh. That was a little rough. Because I didn't put enough water in it, it was really rough. Let's try that again with about 2 times the amount of water. A generic orange drink with lots, and I mean lots of artificial sweetener. Let's check out this malted chocolate drink. Now, oddly enough, in stark contrast to that orange stuff, that is almost sugarless. Not in a bad way. It has a really nice malt and chocolate flavor. It's just not sweet. I imagine if you want it sweet, that's why they give you 12 packs of sugar. I guess you could even toss some sweetened condensed milk in it. Maybe we'll do that later. That right there, is enough sweet for anybody. Hopefully they did not put artificial sweeteners in these oats. That would be an absolute bummer. Meanwhile, we will try this white rice and wheat porridge. I'm going to mix everything up nice to try to get that sauce incorporated with the rice. I have a feeling this is screaming out for a pack of sweetened condensed milk. Maybe that's just my inner diabetic crying out for some more sweetened condensed milk, please. I really think this wheat porridge was a dessert item. It's just rice and wheat berries. I'll give you guys a big old look at it. Maybe I won't drip it on myself now that I'm using this big old British face bucket going on here. Or the mini bucket, mind you. Let's get a bite of that and see what that's bringing to breakfast. And that's crazy. That goes really well with the rice. That's a very hard flavor to describe. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get another bite of it. I'm going to give it hell, though. This rice separated really well, and it's perfectly cooked. This wheat porridge and the wheat berries just has a really nice, natural, earthy wheat flavor, and it's mildly sweet. The sauce that it's in has very likely thickened just from the gluten in the wheat, which is actually really nice. It kind of makes it stick to the rice, which is pretty badass. I'm really glad I combined these two. This makes a perfect breakfast item as far as I'm concerned. This is a win in my book. Probably not the way I'm supposed to eat it, but I give zero fucks because this is really, really yummy. Rice. It's what's for breakfast. It's what's for lunch. It's what's for dinner. It might even be what's for snacks. This is a hell of a lot of rice. I hate to even wash that taste out of my mouth, except for the fact I'm going to be washing it out with some coffee. Wow, that coffee is so strong, so yummy. But just because somebody's going to ask me to do it, and they do every single time, let's take some of this coffee and add it to this chocolate malt and see if we can make a chocolate malta? Mocha? Chocolate malta mocha malta? Yeah, whatever. Coffee in the chocolate drink. Let's see what happens there. And that's pretty excellent. Like that coffee and that malted chocolate go really well together. Not very sweet, but very flavorful with coffee, malt, and chocolate. Pretty banging. Maybe I can get these rented lips I'm using this morning working with some coffee and some chocolate and all this other shit. So let's go back. The oats really did suck up quite a bit of that water, not all of it. Let's check out this oat cereal. Do you really need it? Do you really need to see a close-up of it? He says as he drips it all over himself. There's some oat cereal from Malaysia as we drip it all over the goddamn place. Wow, you talk about something that is good. Holy shit, that's amazing. That tastes great. Heavy vanilla flavor to it. I really wish I wouldn't have put too much water in this. A little bit of coconut rolling around in here. That's amazing. Nice and sweet and creamy. The only thing I could say about this is the oats themselves could be a little bit larger. I don't like those really tiny cut oats, but this is actually really yummy. The flavor of this is off the hook. I'm really sad I put too much water in here. This being nice and thick would be an amazing breakfast treat, even as it is. The oats, the coconut, powdered milk, the sugar that's in here. This has a powerful, amazing, yummy ass flavor that anybody would like to have for breakfast. I don't care where you're from. Gonna get diabetes. Gonna get that diabetes. I'm probably going to get it today. God, I just want to stick my face down in that tray like a bulldog drinking out of a water bowl. That stuff is really good. I don't want to leave a drop of it behind. Except for the one that just fell on my shirt. God damn it. This was a really expensive ration, and to be quite honest with you, I would not mind spending the money on this ration again just to get some more of that wheat porridge and rice and do a better job at making these oats next time. And this is a fuck yeah breakfast spoon drop. Now let's check out this high energy bar. Give you guys, that's nice and crumbly, so it's not too hard. Probably won't break your teeth when you bite into it. So that's just a compressed cereal bar. Let's get a little bite of that. Nice and powdery, but that also adds to the fact that it's not like super brick hard and isn't going to break your teeth. That's cool. But let's get a bite of this and see what the high energy bar is rocking. Oh, god damn it. You just ruined my breakfast. You would have to be extraordinarily hungry to eat that thing. If I'm being 100% honest, this literally, when you first get it in your mouth, you get a tiny hint of sweetness, and then as soon as that tiny hint of sweetness bleeds out, which is just literally instantaneous, right after that, this is going to sound crazy, but if any of you know how dog food kibble smells, that is exactly the taste. It was like a quick hit of sweetness followed by what dog food smells like. Not the wet kind, the dry kind. So like some plain old Alpo dry kibble or some bullshit like that, some kibbles and bits. I'm obligated to say, am I obligated? I'm obligated to take another bite of this just to see if something was wrong with my taste buds. Maybe it was that amazing oats made this taste like extraordinary shit. There's a pro tip for you. If you break out this ration, eat this by itself. Do not eat it with any other yummy items, because this literally tastes like dry dog food. I'm going to take another bite. I'm probably not going to like it, but I'm going to be open-minded. Now that maybe my palate has cleaned out a little bit, maybe this won't taste like dog food. I'm going to take another bite, and then I think I'm going to call it, because if it tastes like fucking kibbles and bits again, I'm not going to want any more of that. Especially after these two amazing items, this thing can go pound sand. Oh, no. Oh, fucking chip. Okay, either I got a bad one and that's gone rancid somehow, because I don't see that being a flavor they intentionally injected into that high energy bar. Something is certainly wrong with that bar. That's where I call it quits with that son of a bitch. There's plenty more things to get into in this ration, and I don't need that caloric content, especially not when it tastes like dry dog food. Well, my friends, that was breakfast. Definitely going to finish off that combination of coffee and malted chocolate. I will see you guys back here in 3 or 4 hours where I still have to figure out what in the hell I'm having for lunch and what I'm doing with all these sauces and stuff that are over here on the side. We're going to have to crack into some salsa. All right, everybody. So welcome back to lunch. Google Translate is completely going absolutely batshit bonkers. This is getting really crazy. Trying to translate this language with Google Translate is a little nuts. We are going to get into it. So before I bring the mains out on the table, we are going to get into some tea. We're going to have some more of that kind of raunchy fruit drink. We're definitely going to have some coffee, just in case we need something to kick the shit out of any foul tastes that may hit this face hole. We're going to give all 3 of these sauces a try, and that powdered seasoning. We're also going to have a bowl of soup, which is why I have the bowl out on the table, and we're going to get into 4 retort pouches. So let me start deciphering them, and I'll put them out on the tray just a one at a time. Okay, so all of these mains have been boiled furiously, and they're all pretty damn hot. So this translates to fat rice. No clue what that's all about, but we have fat rice. Then we have some chicken fried noodles. At least that's the way it translated on the translator. I could open up these bags and be absolutely completely wrong, but we're going to get into them one way or the other. And then we have this. This is 140 grams of fish sauce, which the translator is telling me the main ingredient in this is sardines. So this ought to be really disgusting, which is another reason why I brought the coffee out, just in case I need anything to fix my face hole. Damn, that's hot. And this retort pouch translates a different way every time I translate it. Soy cooked chicken, kick cooked chicken. It's all kinds of, there's chicken in here, and there's probably some soy in here. Feels kind of saucy, so we have some chicken to offset the fish action. We're going to start by getting this soup and the hot drinks rolling, because that really needs to happen. This is pretty much like an instant ramen soup, at least it feels like it. Let's see what we have in this package. That's, well, kind of plain and bland. So I wonder if this has a seasoning packet in there. At least, Christ, I hope it does. Oh, there's a seasoning packet. So this is pretty much just like a packet instant ramen. That's pretty awesome. Get that last little noodle off of there. And we're going to try some of this tea. That is General's Selected Blend Tea. Let's give that a little sniff. Hey, that smells pretty lively. And we're going to take 2 packs of gula, which is sugar, and we're going to put a couple packs of sugar in there. And that coffee. We know that coffee is good, so we're going to roll with another coffee, because I might just need it with that anchovy fish paste or sardine fish paste. I can't remember which one it is. I'm going to have to hit it with the translator again. And that says anchovies. That ought to be even better. Try to do this without burning myself. Let's try to hydrate that soup a bit. I don't like my ramen with a ton of water, so forgive me if you're hating me for that, but it is what it is. We got that tea. And that's going to be decadent right there. That coffee is going to be excellent. We don't need the knife. We got the tear notch. We're just going to put all 20 grams of the sweetened condensed in there. Diabetes be damned. We are in. Sweetened condensed in coffee is literally amazeballs. So that's what we're rolling with. And I know. I'm not a real man, blah, blah, whatever. And that fruit drink, which, even though it's pretty hideous, we're going to give it another day in court. Maybe this morning I just wasn't into artificial sweetener. Maybe at lunchtime I will be. It looks like it's the same exact drink mix. There's no change on the labeling either. Don't hate, hydrate. Stir, stir. And a steep, steep, and stir, and stir. All right, we should probably move these noodles around in here so they all get properly hydrated, so I'm not crunching my way through this bowl of soup. That would be kind of shitty. In point of fact, what I might do is get a little something something to cover that bowl up, at least for a couple of minutes, to try to let those noodles get all the water sucked into them before we put that seasoning in. Now let's start getting these mains out, because this is going to be kind of crazy. I'm going to try to have to separate everything, especially the fishy stuff. We're going to separate that in its own little corner. So for the time being, we'll move this sauce out of the way. And let's check out this 140 grams of what I think is fat rice, what it translates to as fat rice. So that just looks like regular old rice to me. Let's give it a sniff. And that just smells like regular old rice. That's totally cool with me. Absolutely 100%, absolutely completely bitching. Like, the fact that I don't have to try to figure something crazy out kind of works for me at this point. So as I'm bumbling the shit out of everything, pouring rice all over the place, trying to be decent about this, but I am not pulling it off. I'm kind of screwing the pooch on that. Get back in there. So let's see what these chicken fried noodles are all about. And even though it says it's chicken fried noodles, that smells a little fishy if I'm being honest, but out on the tray they go. Maybe the chicken ate a lot of fish. I don't know. It smells pretty damn fishy, and that's not a noodle. That looks like rice. That literally translated to noodles, and that looks like rice to me. Well, Google for the win again. No matter how many times I try to hit that with the translator, it keeps bouncing back and forth between noodles and rice, and this smells like fish. So that kind of sucks, but there are some chunks of chicken in there. There's also like a big red pepper, maybe a hot pepper. I don't know. We'll have to proceed with caution. But that smells really fishy. That rice smells really wholesome. Smells like well-cooked rice. Now it's time to see what this chicken is all about. As you can see, I'm very reluctant to put the damn fish out on the tray. Let's see what this chicken is all about. And that smells... I don't know. Smells very salty and savory. Let's see. Okay. All right. So there is some chicken in here and a whole lot of sauce. It has a very savory, smoky kind of smell to it. Not bad. It was just very interesting. Then we have the dreaded fish sauce. That's going over here. I'm going to take a little bite, a little nibble. You never know. It might be the best shit since sliced bread, and I could be trashing it before I even get it out on the tray. Let's get our nose underneath of it. That's going to be bad. That smells super salty, savory, and really fishy all at the same time. If there is not enough room in this compartment for the entire contents of this container, we're just going to have to lose a little bit of it. Sorry, guys. So let's, nice and tomatoey. Oh, yeah, look at them little hunks of fishers coming out of there. Oh, that looks disgusticating. All right, that's it. That is all we're getting because I've got to clean this shit up afterwards. All right, let's see if that steam bath help that soup out a little bit. Absolutely looking good. Let's get this a seasoning in there. Let's give that a little twirl, mix that all up. Really want to try to get the seasoning completely all over the noodles so I can get a really good flavor profile. And this is about how I like my ramen. Not a lot of broth. Really, I mainly like the seasoning on the noodles more so than anything else. There's very little water in the bottom. Noodles did a great job of sucking up all that naughty water. All right, so here's everything laid out on the tray. Let's just start cracking in. First thing we are going to do is we're going to check out and see what the hell this seasoning is, because this, every time I try to translate, it tells me it is garam berry odin. So I don't know. What's this stuff? Oh, we almost lost it. We almost poured it all over everything, whether we like it or not. It's fucking salt. Like, are you telling me it couldn't translate salt? Seriously? Wow, you suck. So here, have some salt so we can set this off to the side, because now we know what all these packs are. They're just salt, which is kind of cool. All right, now we're going to try some of this chili sauce. I really do kind of like the fact that it says SOS on the front of it. That's okay, though. This sauce is actually made in Malaysia, which most of the ration is, so that's kind of cool as well. And we're going to go easy on it, because I don't know if this is like fiery chili sauce or just a mild chili sauce. It's red. It looks like it could be hot. Let's stick it in the face and find out what it's all about. Oh, that's really good. Sweet with a nice spicy kick to it. That's great. Whatever I don't like is definitely getting slathered in that stuff. I have a feeling I'd really like to put one of those in the soup. That is an excellent chili sauce. Let's check out what this other sauce is. I'm tired of Google Translate. It's not doing me right. It's doing me dirty. I mean, we just stuck a random... that looks like soy sauce. That is definitely gotta be soy sauce. We'll try it just to be sure. But that looks like soy sauce to me. I'm not a big fan, but I'll give it a shot. Wow, that's crazy. That's not just soy sauce. That has a hell of a sugar content. Really, really crazy umami flavor. Definitely lots of MSG in that. That's actually really good. It's not a plain soy sauce. Whatever the hell else is in there really has an excellent umami flavor. If you don't know what that is, look it up and then you'll understand. That's a crazy good sauce too. That fish is stinking me out though. I'm kind of hating on that. Where's my other sauce? Let me have this tomato sauce. See if this is just like ketchup or if it's like some kind of spicy sauce. Who knows? I'm about to know here in a second. Let's check that out. Kind of looks and smells like ketchup, and it absolutely tastes like ketchup. Honestly, there's no difference between that ketchup in that packet or this SOS tomato sauce and the ketchup in my fridge. Not bad. If I felt like I needed ketchup, there it is. You get 4 packs of it, so it's pretty cool. Before I start adding these sauces to things, we are going to give everybody a little nibble here. Let's check out this rice all by itself. This is looking pretty good. The other rice I had this morning was kind of nice, so this ought to work out. That's weird. I'm going to get a bite of that again, just to make sure there was no leftover seasoning on my spoon. And that's a really good quality rice. Got a little salty, because I did just throw some salt on top of it. Otherwise, that's a really good plain white rice. Let's check out this chicken fried rice, the one that wanted to be noodles, but wound up being rice. Let's see if we can get a little chunk of chicken in there. I mean, aside from the rice, the chicken, some seasoning, and that one random red pepper, here's a good look at that bite of this chicken fried rice. And even though that smells fishy, it doesn't taste fishy, which is really good. The chicken is a lot like the Indonesian ration I just had. It's almost like chicken jerky. You can see, if you can get really close in on that, it almost looks like a big chunk of chicken jerky. Very salted, kind of dry for what it is, which is kind of crazy. Like it was overcooked, or they made it into chicken jerky before they even put it in this recipe. The rice has a nice savory flavor. No spice, no heat, just a nice savory chicken flavor. A little bit on the salty side, but that's okay. We're going to try some of these other things and see if we can mix it up a bit. Let's try some of this chicken all by itself, see what that's bringing to the table. This, again, has that chicken jerky consistency. Looks like it was pre-dried out before it was even added to this dish. Let's check that out. And that's really awesome. That is really just like a chicken with like a really sweet, savory, I almost just want to say gravy. It tastes like a dark brown chicken gravy that has a lot of sweetness to it. Really good flavor. Wish I would have just went and dumped this right on top of the rice to begin with. This is going to make an excellent pair with this nice plain rice. I'm going to try to drag over as much of that sauce as possible. All right, before I get into that fishy nastiness, I'm going to entertain this face hole with at least a little bit of palate cleansing tea. So let's check out this nice black tea. Smells really good. That's absolutely perfect. That is a mild black tea, not extremely powerful. It does, however, get tuned right up with that. Just a little bit of sugar in there. That's a really yummy tea. I guess there's nothing else for it. I'm going to have to take a bite of this at some point because that's the gig. But damn. I mean, really, damn. Oh, it smells so... These are just... lots of pieces of fish in this sauce. I'm trying to be positive. That's about as positive as I can muster when I know I'm about to stick anchovies in my face. So, take a look at... Oh, drip, damn it. Take a look at that mess I'm about to put in. This, stink hole. God damn it. All right, here we go. Oh, God, I hate this part. God damn it. And it's hot and spicy, and it dripped on me, and I got a little drip of it in my beard. Oh, it tastes so fucking disgusting. God. Oh, somebody help me. Artificial sweetener to the rescue. Oh, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I can eat any more of that. That might just have to go in the trash can where it belongs. Like, if somebody is, like, going to go fishing real soon, like, shoot me an email. I'll put that in a Ziploc baggie and mail it right to you. Make great chum if you were going to go fishing. That artificial sweetener is there for a reason. It's to knock the taste of that shit out of your mouth. Wow, that's really foul. You would have to love the fishiest of the fishiest flavors to be into that. That is a very deep, cloying, stick to your mouth kind of, there's still some in my teeth. That's so disgusting. Uber dirty fish tasting. That sauce is a little spicy, and it's a damn shame because I would have loved to have had that spicy sauce with some chicken or some normal meat. That is super foul to my flavor palette. Granted, in Malaysia, that might be a really popular flavor. For this face hole, that's like a horror movie. I don't know if I'm going to take another bite of that because I don't want to destroy my taste buds for the rest of this experience. I was kind of hoping it wasn't going to be super hateful. That's pretty just absolutely disgusting. It's nasty. Fuck that. Moving on. I hope you weren't expecting that to go well. I'm sorry to disappoint you. Let's get a bite of this soup and see what that's all about. One thing I do have to say, I do not have a calorie count on this ration because there's no information on the bag, and each individual retort pouch does not have any information. I'm going to guesstimate that this thing is coming in right around 33 to 3,800 calories, which is a lot. It is a lot of calories, but there is a lot of sugar, a lot of sweetened condensed milk, a lot of rice, carbohydrates. Every single meat is also seasoned with some amount of sugar. It's one of the ingredients on the package. So this is going to be a really high calorie ration. And quite honestly, if I ate fish, this would be a super filling meal. I'm just looking at it. I haven't even eaten it yet, but this is a good bit of food, especially adding in the bowl of soup. And there's a lot of variety in here, which I really think is cool. The amount of variety in this ration and a hell of a lot of ways to season everything is really bitchin' in my book. Let's rock on to this soup. I still have a feeling, no matter how good this soup tastes, I'm going to want to pound some of that chili sauce in here, because that chili sauce had a great flavor to it. Let's check out, I really need a fork for this. Let's check out some of this nice soup action. You can see that dangly strangly noodle going on in the face. I thought I was going to put some chili sauce in there. Whew, holy shit. That will get your mouth burning. That is really spicy. Very extraordinarily salty, but it is also really spicy, which is really nice. It gives those noodles a hell of a lot of flavor. Actually, I think what I might do is I might throw a couple packs of this ketchup in there, which sounds kind of weird, but the salty flavor of that and the spiciness of it could really use a little bit of sweet to offset it. 2 packs of that tomato sauce. All right, let's try that with some added tomato sauce. I have a feeling that's going to make this really good soup even better, just to mellow out a little bit of that saltiness. Not even looking to take away the heat, just mellow the saltiness of this stuff. Oh, that's absolutely perfect. It helps to cut the saltiness and that heat. Wow, this is really spicy. If you don't like spicy food, stay away from the instant noodle soup. Holy shit, my mouth is on fire, and that is okay by me. This is really, really yummy. Really hot, really spicy, satisfying noodle chew going on. My face hole is on fire right now. Oh my God. It's got my nose running. It's got my mouth on fire. That's okay though, because this is totally worth it. I'm actually having a hard time talking because that seasoning is so spicy. It's starting to like torch the back of my throat as I'm trying to talk and eat at the same time. Not a great idea. And that's the only time that damn drink tastes good. When you're washing some stanky fish out of your face, or you just really need a relief from the heat, that is the only time that that drink is worth drinking. That's all right though, because after eating something super spicy like this, you'll take just about anything cold, put the fire out. I gotta finish up these noodles. These are banging. Whew, I'm gonna have to turn the camera off for a couple minutes and let my face recover. Holy shit, my mouth is on fire. I'm gonna put this overly sweet, kind of nasty fruit beverage to some good use. All right, let's get back into these mains. I know I'm adding insult to injury, but my mouth is still already kind of burning. So I kind of feel like if I don't put something on this chicken and rice, that it's just not going to taste like much of anything. So we're going to go back in with some of this sweet chili sauce. You know what? And we're going for intestinal overload today. This stuff is actually really interesting. Lots of fun to get into. If you guys can get a ration from a foreign country, I say the further away from your point of origin, the better. Because you're going to get foods that you don't normally eat on a regular basis, seasoning and flavor profiles that you wouldn't even begin to think to put together, and items that you just don't find anywhere else. That's why this is such a goddamn fun hobby. But we're going to slather on some of this, whatever the hell it is, soy sauce, and we're going to add some of that to this chicken just because we can, and it's here, and why the hell not? Let's season it up like a boss. You know what? We only have one more meal, and we have 4 packs of this chili sauce, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to chili sauce the shit out of that chicken and rice. Oh, I can hear the comment section now. But they're good for you, but they're good for you. Yeah, but they taste like ass. And I don't really like to eat things that taste like ass. Sorry, that's a little bit of a loaded statement there. No, you know what? I'm not telling you about the ass I would or would not eat. But anyway, back to this. Let's get some of this nice chicken, whatever the hell it's called, because the translator's not doing great. So this chicken in this nice dark smoky sauce, and then we added some of that other sauce to it that we can't decipher the damn name of. Fucking Google Translate. Do better, Google. Let's get a big old bite of this and see how that's treating my face. They're treating the Royal Malaysian Police right. This is a really quality main right here. I don't love the way they cook the chicken in Malaysia or the Indonesian ration that I had. I'm not in love with that method of like drying out, I guess, and then like rehydrating like chicken jerky into a dish, but it's really flavorful, has a nice chew. This main is excellent, especially with that pack of mystery sauce on it. Absolutely. This is completely yummy, and in the face it goes. The fire in my mouth has gone out, but my lips are still pretty much on fire, which is pretty crazy. That's all right though. That's why I'm starting on this side of the tray first. I'm gonna try to like maybe get it to the point where I can't light a cigarette off my top lip. That's okay. We're gonna work on that. We're just gonna keep on eating this. Oh, and wearing it, of course. What kind of video would it be if I wasn't fucking wearing something? Look at how crazy dark that chicken is, especially with that mystery sauce on there. It almost looks like I'm eating a lump of coal as I'm pouring more rice down my shirt. My poor clothes. I'm very glad that I chose to put this on the white rice, because this brown sauce that it's in, which I can only really describe as like a dark brown chicken gravy, that's really what it tastes like. It's absolutely amazing. But I think some of that flavor would have been lost on the chicken and rice. All right, and that is the last bite of the dish on the right side of the tray. The dark brown chicken with the white rice. Super excellent. Really loved it. Very interesting flavors in that. Let's move on to this chicken fried rice that I have covered with more chili sauce. My lips aren't burning anymore. Maybe we can change that. Let's get them back on fire. Let's get some of this chicken and rice with the chili sauce. I'm always dropping shit on. Take a look at that. Here's the first bite. That chicken is so hard and chewy. It's literally like, I don't know, chicken jerky bites. That kind of sucks. The chicken in the brown gravy was way softer. Still had a little bit of that chewy consistency, but not as bad as this chicken fried rice. That chicken is really dry. Not all that enjoyable. The flavors that this chili sauce is bringing to it is definitely helping the cause, though. This chili sauce, sweet, spicy, and amazing. The chicken, well, it's kind of like chicken bubblegum. I guess you just kind of have to get over that. At least you're getting some meat in this thing, but that chili sauce is definitely hooking it up. My lips are starting to tingle again. And there's that pepper. I'm just going to go for it. I don't know if that's a hot pepper or if that's just a piece of bell pepper. We are about to find out. In the face hole it goes. Here we go. Well, it certainly wasn't a hot pepper because I chewed it up pretty vigorously. It was really dry and kind of stringy though. So yes, it's a regular pepper. No, my face isn't on fire, but it was certainly almost like dried out before it was re-added to this dish. That's the only way you could get that kind of consistency out of it. Kind of weird. It's okay. It's just kind of odd. And there's the last bite of that big mess I just made on the tray. This is definitely a mixed spoon drop. Like, that was foul. That chicken was amazing. The chicken fried rice, the chicken was hard and crusty, but all these sauces and seasonings were really bitchin'. So I guess it's like a 75% amazeballs spoon drop and a 25% fuck you spoon drop. So it's definitely a mixed one. And you know, it's lunchtime. We have to flick some flame for the homies. I don't know. I had to have a reason to use the lighter somewhere. That coffee never stood a chance. Well, that was lunch, guys. I'm going to finish up that tea because it's actually really good. I'm going to throw that in the trash absolutely where it belongs. But I will be back in 3 or 4 hours where we'll get everything else left in this ration out on the tray. All right, everybody, welcome back to dinner. We have the rest of the ration out on the tray, except for the fact that I'm going to save some of these redundant items for the giveaways on Patreon, which, in case you didn't know, that Patreon page should be nice and live. So if you want to go over there and to subscribe to Patreon to support this channel, this guy would absolutely appreciate it. So let's bust into dinner. What we've got here thus far are the biscuits. We're going to have that tea. We're going to make up one of those really nasty orange drinks just in case there's something like hot, spicy, melt my face off in dinner. We've got that pineapple jam. I'm just going to kind of roll the dice on that and see if that's still good. If it has fermented or something like that, obviously we'll be hands off. I need to translate the mains as I put them out on the table because Google Translate, that's why. And this really hot-ass retort pouch says Tom Yam fried chicken. This is allegedly rice porridge. I only say that because Google's been screwing me the whole time I've been trying to translate this ration. And this translates to chicken fried noodles, none of which I actually believe, so we'll find out when we get this stuff out on the tray. But first, we got to get into these drinks, as usual. You know, it's funny, somebody said to me in the comment section, don't lie, you know you're not going to give away any coffee. Absolutely I am. You know why? Because I've had a lot of ration coffee, and I want to share the bounty with you guys. guys, because I tell you what, this is a really fun hobby. I suggest that if you have a couple extra bucks laying around, get you a ration, have a good time, because it really can be an hysterical good time to get into some of these rations and just have a whole hell of a lot of fun seeing how the other side of the world eats. Just pretty neat. Nasty artificial sweetener orange drink. That nice hot water. And that hydration, yo. Well, maybe not with this stuff, but in general, please hydrate. It's good for you. All right, let's just start cracking into this shit and see what we have. So we'll see if this one is lying to me. Is this chicken fried noodles or is it not? As usual, I boiled these for quite some time, so they're nice and hot. That looks oily, splashing all over me. That's just absolutely great. Hey, that actually looks like chicken fried noodles. Good job, Google. And that actually smells absolutely yummy. Slide that greasy mess right out onto the tray. It looks like it has a really high oil content. Just slide it right on out of there. Oh, that actually looks really nice, if I'm being honest. And maybe it doesn't look nice, but it looks great. I'm hungry. I'm ready for some of that. All right, let's check out this next main, see if it was lying to us or not. Well, we do have rice. That's always good. So it looks like we might have actually got Tom Yam chicken fried rice. We'll throw that on there as well. Just comes out in one solid little brick. I was going to call it something else, but that's kind of nasty when you're talking about food. So that looks kind of unappetizing the way it's sitting on the tray, but we'll rectify that here in just a second. Let's see what this rice porridge is all about. Maybe I got lucky and I got another dessert item in here, and well, Google Translate was just screwing me around, so I didn't know exactly what I was getting into. Definitely going to have to put the nose on that. Ooh, that looks like it's got some green shit in it. Now that does not at all. Ooh, that's like a mashed chicken and vegetables. That's going right on top of the rice and noodles. Let me set this off to the side. Let's get a little taste of these guys before I even finish up mixing up the drinks or anything. Completely discombobulated, absolutely out of order. That's okay, fuck it. We're just gonna have a good time. That's what this channel is all about. It's not about presentation. It's more about just how much fun can we have doing this shit. I'm completely out of order, but let's check it out anyway. I'm gonna get a bite of these mee goreng chicken fried noodles, or whatever the hell they're supposed to be. Google Translate be damned. It looks like chicken fried noodles to me. Get a little, that's just gonna fall off and hit me right in the face. So take a look at those chicken fried noodles as they drip on the hand. Amazing. Let's get that in the face. That's got a really good flavor. Nice and savory, not too salty. Noodles are nice and chewy, not like cooked to death. The chicken is that hard, like chicken jerky consistency we've been talking about in this ration and the Indonesian ration. It's not bad. They could certainly do better on this piece of it, but the taste of this is absolutely awesome. That's really good stuff. Let's check out this rice. I have a feeling we're going to be breaking out some sauce, because those sauces are really good. And if this stuff is relatively mild, it's going to go great with some of that chili sauce. Can't wait for that. Feast your eyes on that chicken fried rice in the face. Again, nice and savory, basic, plain. Has a nice chicken bouillon flavor. Not a whole lot going on as far as like exciting flavors, but that is absolutely okay, because we have a whole bunch of sauce packets over there to get rocking on. So I'm going to actually, I hate to pour something that's going to taste like ass all over two really decent main items. So I'm going to pour it up top against my better judgment, and then we will just scrape it over onto the rest of the tray if we need to. But I don't, like, this could taste like total garbage and I'd ruin a whole dinner, which would, well, that would really suck. Oh God, that pouch is hot. So let me just try to get this out of here. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see it, but it's kind of hard doing that when I'm burning my fingers at the same time. So get out of the pouch, you chicken goop. All right, so there's 140 grams of chicken goop. That's exactly what that looks like. Looks like this is like thickened with cornstarch or something. Has that slightly gelatinous, like gooey texture to it. Good bit of shredded chicken in here. Let's get a bite of this stuff and see what this chicken porridge is all about. If we're lucky, this will kind of be like a base flavor, and I ate the spicier stuff earlier, and this one is going to be just like a more basic flavor, and then I can really enjoy the chili sauce and the other unknown, like really yummy dark black sauce they put in there. Totally awesome. Check out that chicken porridge. Not too shabby. Throw that in the old stink hole. I almost don't even want to add that to these. It's very wet and gooey, as you can see. Very mild, basic flavor. It almost reminds you of like a, I don't know, almost like a pot pie filling, just minus the chicken gravy flavor. This would be good wrapped up inside of a pastry shell. I'm down with it, and I'm actually kind of okay with nothing on the tray being super spicy, because being able to add your own spices to it is pretty awesome. And we cannot forget to add a couple of packs of diabetes to that tea. Give that a little steep, and give everybody a stir. So excited about getting the mains out on the tray. I'm totally screwing the pooch on the normal order of operations. Let's check out these biscuits, see if they survived all the heat stress this ration was very likely under. Those seem pretty dense, pretty hard. Let's get a little sniff profile on that guy. That smells like a light, sweet vanilla biscuit. This is not going to go well with dinner, which is totally okay by me. Smells like just a vanilla cookie. I'm going to get a bite of that right in the middle of all this savory stuff just to check it out. You know, as much as those smell like vanilla, they'd be okay with sweet or savory toppings. They have a very pronounced vanilla smell, but as far as flavor goes, they're just a hair over on the sweet side, but they still have a little bit of a salty follow-up. These biscuits would be fine going either way, and everybody knows they like it when their cracker goes both ways. I mean, what? Let's try that with some of this chicken porridge on there. Oh, that's absolutely nuts. That's like chicken pot pie. That's crazy. That's absolutely great. If you happen to land one of these rations, I highly recommend taking your chicken porridge, cracking up some biscuit hunks in there, because that absolutely reminded me of a bite of chicken pot pie. And in a ration from Malaysia, that's probably a weird flavor profile to stumble across, but I totally just did. And that makes a great combination. A little bite of the biscuit and a little bite of the chicken porridge. All right, let's start the saucing. Let's get, with the lack of tear notches, let's get some of this mystery sauce here. And I think I'm gonna do the mystery sauce on the noodles. Maybe a little bit on the rice too. We're just going to sauce the hell out of everybody because these sauces are actually really yummy. I think I would send some of these out too, except for they're a little sticky, and I wouldn't want that to contaminate anything else I sent out in a gift box. Maybe I'll get another one of these in the future, and I'll be able to send some of these out. But there's not going to be any of this chili sauce left because both packs of this chili sauce are getting ready to get squirted all over these mains. These nice base flavors are going to take really well to this spicy chili sauce and just about any other kind of sauce you want to put on it. I can smell the chilies. It's going to be good. So I do have another pack of these mee goreng noodles, and I really want to share these with you guys, so I'm going to hold off on eating these because I really don't need to eat them. Just know that these would have been consumed as well if it wasn't for the fact that I really just wanted to share. So this is definitely going to go in one of the giveaway gift boxes on the Patreon. Now let's tuck back into this. Let's get a bite. This was actually really good. Crazy little combination over here of this chicken porridge and the biscuits they sent out. It's just like having a chicken pot pie. That's absolutely yummy. The only thing I wish I would have had with this ration was honestly just some regular old black pepper. A little bit of black pepper and salt on that chicken porridge would be absolutely banging. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt, and I mean just a little bit. This has been a pretty sodium heavy ration. I'm just going to put a little salt on there, or maybe too much, and try that again. If there was black pepper to put on this, get a big old crazy bite of that with some salt added. That's actually really good. Absolutely crazy. Just a little bit of salt mixed up in there made it taste even more like a chicken pot pie. Down this big face hatch. It might not look like much, and it's not. It's chicken, it's carrots, it's rice, and a sauce, only ever so mildly seasoned. But this is actually pretty damn wholesome and absolutely good. There's something green floating around in there. Looks like an onion. I'm down with it. I'm putting it in my face. Hell yeah, that was good. And we're definitely moving on. We're going to try these noodles with some of these chili sauce on there because, man, this ration's been a lot of fun. Not translating it's been a pain in the ass, but eating it has certainly been a great time. Let's check out those chicken fried noodles with some of that chili sauce. Oh, hell yes, that is exactly what these noodles needed. The sweet and really spicy kick of that chili sauce. That's so good. And that deep, savory umami flavor from the mystery sauce, whatever the hell that stuff is. That is absolutely a great flavor combination. If you can get you a Malaysian ration, I would highly recommend it just for the experience of all the different food items. And some of them are absolutely unique and really, really tasty. I am definitely going to miss these noodles when they're gone. There's only a couple more bites left. And that is the last bite of those mee goreng chicken fried noodles with double sauce action. That was absolutely amazeballs. let's get into this chicken fried rice with the dual sauce action. A little bit of mystery sauce, a little bit of chili sauce. Let's give that a try. Absolutely. That mystery sauce combined with the chili sauce, the only thing I could say is add more chili sauce, please. Because that I could really go for another pack of the chili sauce on this rice. That black mystery sauce just has this super deep umami flavor that's so good. Adds such a nice, salty, savory flavor to this food. And that chili sauce with the sweet heat actually makes this stuff, I don't want to say gourmet, because this certainly isn't gourmet eats. But as far as a field ration goes, this is pretty damn gourmet. I don't know what situations a Malaysian soldier would be issued these rations. Not easy information to come by. In case you want to look, that'd be great, because I did and I couldn't find it. But I'll tell you what, if I was a Malaysian police officer, I'd be like, man, are we going to have any civil unrest or anytime soon? Or we got some training exercises coming up? Because I really want another goddamn ration. What's really nice is, though, they're feeding these guys a lot of different meals, a lot of variety, a ton of way to season your food, lots of drink options, lots of coffee. Other than this ration missing like some of the basic necessities, like a heating kit, napkins, toilet paper, or any other sanitary items, this ration is really a complete food experience, if not a complete ration experience. Awesome. Hats off to Malaysia for putting together one hell of a 24-hour ration. Chili sauce has my nose running just a little bit. Love that shit. And say goodbye to the chicken. Say goodbye to the chicken fried rice. It's all over now, except for that little bite that I went back to get. This is a hell yes spoon drop, because seriously, hell yes, that stuff was good. Now, we're going to get into one of these biscuits. We're going to try out this jam and see if, I don't know, if this thing is just leaking through the packaging. I couldn't find any holes or anything like that. We'll just try to put a small hole in the side. Nothing squirted out at me, but considering it's leaking out of the package, it probably wouldn't. Let's just try to dump this out on the tray, as much as I don't want to have to scrape it off of there later. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, you know, sometimes rancid things look good, but that's a good looking pineapple jam. I'm liking the way that looks. Absolutely. Let's try to get a little nibble of this stuff to see if there is anything wrong with it. Let you guys get your eyeballs on that pineapple jam. So we'll throw a little bit of that in the face and see if it's still good. That's absolutely incredible. That has lots of chunks of pineapple in it, little bits of fruit you can actually squish between your teeth. Very vibrant vitamin C flavor. We're going to put a big old spoonful of that on one of these biscuits, because that is really good. Very interesting for as far as a jam goes. It's almost just like pineapple sauce more than it is like applesauce, but pineapple. That's really what it reminds me of. It's just like an applesauce made out of pineapples. That's crazy. Real tangy, big vitamin C kick. Wow, that stuff is really yummy. Let's try that on a biscuit. That was actually really good. The fruit inside of that is really refreshing. It's nice to have like little chunks of fruit in the jam. Pretty neat. That is tangy, a huge vitamin C kick, nice and sweet. Tastes absolutely amazing on these biscuits. That is a high quality ration item right there. That pineapple jam is a total win. We would not be winning the ration game if we left this much sweetened condensed milk out of the final meal of the day. So we're going to have to try the sweetened condensed milk with one of these biscuits, as well as mixing it together with some of that pineapple jam, because that sounds absolutely amazing to this guy. So let's slather some sticky, sweet, chunky pineapple jam on there. We're going to slather some sweetened condensed on there just so I can drip it all over myself, because that, good idea, bad idea. I play that every day. I lose on a regular basis. So take a look at that. That is a hot mess, but I bet you it's going to taste amazing in the face with, let's see if we just catch that little drip there. No dropsies for you. In the face. Oh, shit. God damn it. Oh, man. You talk about an amazing flavor combination. Tangy, vitamin C, heavy pineapple jam, and that super sweet, nice, thick condensed milk. Oh, man. That is a decadent little dessert item right there. Pineapple cream cookie or something. This little combination of ration items produced. Absolutely banging. All of the jam, please. Get the hell out of there. Even though I'm kind of running out of pineapple jam, I have to get another one of those. That was absolutely amazing. That was like having a little mini dessert. Believe it or not, as simple as this may seem, that's an amazing flavor. And it's not like I'm going to get to have it every day, because where the hell else am I going to get some Malaysian pineapple jam? And we're definitely going to clean the palate with some of this General's Selected Blend Tea. And that is a high quality black tea Well guys, that was dinner. What a ride. This ration has been a lot of fun. I'm all about the sauce, and this ration had a hell of a lot of sauce to go around. We'll wrap it up at the end. Needless to say, I'm pretty full. This has been a great day, and it's even better because you guys were here for the ride. So thank you guys for joining me here on Ration Nerd to check out this Royal Malaysian Police 24-hour MRE. This was actually a really good time. Lots of interesting stuff. Really enjoyed myself. I think this is a well thought out, well designed ration with lots of different food items and food components. This would definitely keep a police officer or even a soldier happy for a day. Other than the lack of toilet paper and some other accessories, and that orange drink being pretty goddamn terrible, this ration was really cool, lots of fun. I'm sure these items would be pleasing to a Malaysian police officer. This was an expensive but really good time. And if you want to have a free good time, you know what you could do for me? You could hit that like button, you could hit that subscribe button, and you could absolutely talk to me in the chat. It is always great to hear from you guys. Then there's merch, and now there's Patreon. I would really appreciate anybody that signs up on Patreon. By deciding to sign up on Patreon, you are directly supporting the channel and me in my quest to buy these really expensive damn rations. But you guys know how it goes. As you can see, all the accessories I'll be giving away in one of the Patreon giveaways later. If you can find something cooler than this Malaysian Police 24-hour MRE to put in your stink hole, you know exactly how this shit goes. Eat 'em up. And later on, I'll be like, yeah, my ass is on fire.